Welcome back to another Sprocket Spinners episode. This time the boys and I were off to the EnduroX event held in East Gresford. We clearly don't have the skills to participate in such an event, but we had a bit of a ride around the Barrington area beforehand with some pretty cool views. So the plan was meet everyone at Stroud before we headed the adventurous route through Park to Barrington to East Gresford, where the EnduroX event was being held over a 2-day period. Quick fuel stop before grabbing Sprocket Spinner 2 and heading north out of Newcastle towards Hexham. Pit stop at Tamago to meet up with Dion and fuel up on caffeine.
Anything you want bike on by lately? I think I'm going back to a 701.
Off a 250.
Yeah. Yeah, but it'll change tonight. That won't be the last thing.
And once Mitch finally stopped deliberating over which imaginary bike he'd sell the WR for this time, we headed on our way up the highway towards Stroud. Stopped in Stroud for coffee number 2, where we waited for the rest of the cavalry, who were coming down from Port Macquarie, so this was almost a bit of a halfway point for us to all meet. If you're one of our 5 viewers that's been watching the previous episode, you'll recognise Glenn and Grinner from those ones. Pretty experienced riders, and we were fortunate enough to have Glenn plan out the route for this trip, so a lot of fun in store.
I came to T7 before that one was really low. I love it. I love the uphill. A little bit lighter.
What pressure are you running at?
28.
Today's ride, including leaving from home, was probably over 300 kilometres. So another quick pit stop to fill up and we're on our way. Some good news, no one has to be subjected to Mitchell's voice during this video because for some reason the recordings didn't work, so no one has to listen to Mitch going haha yeah, nah, haha yeah. Love his input, but not this ride, you just have to put up with me. Now originally we were actually going to meet in Stratford, so we made a bit of a detour on Milk Creek Road in Stroud up around to our original destination. This is the original map that was actually given a few days before the ride. I've done my best to try and remember the names and locations of places we went. One day I'll remember to actually document it on my phone, but you can get a rough idea of the route that we took.
We've all been there, haven't we? Don't strap things down properly, you lose tools, tubes and all sorts of shit.
But all you need is some good quality straps. That's all you need.
This was actually a fun little track. It
some pretty cool views and a couple of mud puddles. And apologies for the jumpiness in yet another video. I thought I'd sorted it out with an ND filter, but apparently the cameras don't actually focus properly once you put those on. Forever learning.
After a relatively drama-free morning and some fun tracks, we stopped at the Upper Karuah River for a breather.
It looks very sticky, doesn't it? Bloody beautiful.
Pit stop for a drink break. We'd probably been riding for a good 2 hours at this point from Stroud. But geez, the weather turned it on. It's a great day. This here on the left, if you can see, is actually shoes and boots. It's known as Boot Hill. Apparently it has become a bit of a tourist attraction, and was started when the owners of the land hung up a few old shoes and a handmade sign on the fence that read Boot Hill. And although the original sign no longer exists, the collection has now spread over a kilometre, with more than 1,000 shoes sprawled across the fence. And whilst I'm all for art, I just didn't really feel like sacrificing my boots that day participating. As the day drew on, we pulled up to Chichester State Forest for a bit of a lunch break. There's a few popular campsites around here, no phone reception, and some pretty stunning parts of the river. This one in particular where we stopped is Ladies Well, which is located within the eastern portion of Chichester State Forest in the foothills of Barrington Tops and about 40 k's from Gresford. It's not a bad spot for lunch, eh? I'd have to say this would be one of my favourite swimming spots that I've come across so far, and I will certainly be heading back in summer for camping. Although I have been told to steer clear of this location on the weekends as it can get pretty rowdy. Continued on from Ladies Well, but it didn't take long before Glenn was trying to take us down a road we really shouldn't have been going down, and the boys literally had to pull him out of it.
We can come back and do this on tomorrow and wet.
Alright.
This is Glenn backing out of a bad idea.
Bloody excellent idea.
Oh, he's so disappointed. And here we all are at the base of the hill, waiting for Glenn to attempt yet another dodgy road. What's happened? Where have you been? It's Protege here, returning unsuccessful as well.
Yeah.
What happened then? Can you recount your story to me?
Well, put it basically, I didn't have enough skill. Yeah. We weren't getting anywhere.
We dragged that bike on its side around.
Yeah.
Love your work, Mitch. Well, you tried, like 10 points.
But yeah, it wasn't easy.
Ooh, but Glenn wasn't giving up that easy. Now he even attempted it on Mitch's bike. And here we have Wild Addison attempting to mount a tree root. Oi! And the Wild Addo is off. Are you alright? Ready to try it again? And try it again. There he goes again. He's wild shit. He's a man that can't be tamed. And pretty sure he's digging himself a trench there. Get a run up and there's a tree behind you. Ah, nice try. Nah. Here we witness the Addison as it plays in the forest, calling for its mate. That is the sound that it makes when it is calling the female. Jade, look at me! He's feeling more and more defeated as time goes on. Come on. Yeah, stuck in that same rut. Bugger. She does not want to go. I think this is where you need a two-stroke. An actual enduro bike that isn't carrying a shit ton of weight on the back. And no, I don't mean Glenn, I mean the bags. Defeated. Sadly, in the end, he rolled away defeated. Although the rest of us were pretty keen to go to the pub by now. Man versus hill, and the hill won. Sorry, guys. Wasn't for lack of trying though, you certainly made it a lot further than the rest of us would have.
Send that to the missus.
I will. Yeah, what a day. Well, we continued on from Chichester to East Gresford, where we were staying for the next 2 nights. Glenn just pointed out that there's a husky symbol literally embedded into the concrete of the servo. Husky for the win! Should buy one. Love that we just pull up and these blokes have already got the beers. Oh, not you. Priorities.
Hey, Dion. Yeah. The mirror's okay.
So don't worry about the stand.
So you stay upright all day.
Is that the stand that's actually...
I thought we asked.
Is that the stand dug down in there or is it snapped?
That stand is snapped.
Ah,
Clean snapped off.
crisis averted. Luckily it didn't snap, it actually just dug right down into the ground. And that's a wrap for day 1 of our ride. Stay tuned for day 2, which episode will be up soon. Involved a few crashes, lots of slippery mud and a heap of water crossings.